No matter where you are in the world, I'm sure you want to make more money. And look, there's tons of ways you can make money from a laptop, but I wanted to find the best ways to make money. I spent countless hours searching for these hustles and trying many of them myself. What I found was insane. And the best part is, all you need is a laptop or your phone. So with that being said, here are the top 3 best side hustles you can do from literally anywhere using nothing but some good old Wi-Fi. The first side hustle that I want to talk about is trading. And I know trading gets a bad rap, and most of the time that's because we've all seen the gurus yelling at you from their fancy $1 million yacht or Bugatti telling you just how much money you can make or that they made from buying their trading course. And yes, most of these gurus are full of but that doesn't mean that there isn't real money to be made with the side hustle. How do I know? Well, because I've literally done it. Just last month, I made over $1,000 from 2 hours of work from my laptop, and I'm just an average Joe with only 2 hours of extra time. And if you actually take the time to learn this, you could be like the many people out there that are making hundreds of thousands and even up to millions of dollars a year from behind their laptops, which I get it. It sounds insane. And if you don't believe me, take someone like Timothy Sykes, who turned a few $1,000s into 7 million by trading penny stocks, which it might seem a little confusing at first, like every new thing ever does. However, even beginner traders can make $50 to $100 a day after spending some time learning how to do so. I'll even share the strategy that helped me make a few $1,000s trading. Basically, how traders make money is by buying and selling stocks, crypto, and other assets. And there are multiple different ways that you can go about it. Some focus on day trading, where they'll make multiple trades in a day and earn their income off of smaller price movements, while other people tend to hold on to assets for much longer periods of time to capitalize on larger margins. But regardless of how you do it, all successful traders have something in common, and that is that they understand how to follow trends. They also typically know how to time the market, or at least, particular investments, and when to enter and exit these trades. But please understand the risk that goes into doing this side hustle. Because sure, you can make $100 in a few hours, but that doesn't mean you couldn't lose that much money in the same amount of time. This is a side hustle that you have to risk some of your own money in order to make money, right? And of course, you wouldn't just throw a bunch of cash into the stock market with no game plan and expect to make money. This is how 90% of traders lose thousands of dollars and then give this hustle a big thumbs down. And obviously, I don't want you to go bankrupt, but it is the risk versus reward that makes some people love this hustle. Although what makes people love it the most is the fact that you can make money doing nothing but sitting with your laptop at home or in a coffee shop, or hell, even at the dentist office. And if you do this hustle, just be smart, understand what you're getting into, and of course, go make as much money as possible. And I told you I would share with you some of the strategies that I've used to make money doing this side hustle, and I will at the very end of the video. And before we get into that, we have to talk about the next side hustle, which I think you guys are gonna like a lot, because this one doesn't actually require any real upfront cost. And the next amazing money-making side hustle is working as a freelancer. And the reason why this side hustle is so great is because all you need is a laptop and some desire. And a lot of people go into it with saying, oh, well, do I have a valuable skill that I can offer in the marketplace? Well, the better question you should ask is there a skill that I have or want to learn, but don't know where to start that will also make money? Because if so, listen up. Maybe you were like me a few years ago where you have a little bit of experience video editing, for example, or maybe copywriting or doing design, but you just haven't gotten the opportunities to do something with those skills that you've worked on or at least have experimented with. And to that I say, it's more than likely because you just haven't been looking for jobs in the right places. You see, there are sites out there like Fiverr, Upwork, Freelancer, and more that connect business owners to skilled freelancers like you that are looking for work. And you might be wondering, well, what type of work? And the answer to that is literally anything that your brain can think of. Here are the countless number of categories that are on these websites. And this can be a sort of gold mine as long as you have a skill. And if you don't have the skill, there's always the free school of YouTube where you're likely watching this video from. But to be honest, with these sites, it couldn't be any easier to start, find work, land clients and earn money using your skills and working on your own schedule from anywhere in the world. And the beautiful part is you can make just as much, if not more money than you would if you worked a traditional 9-to-5 job making 6 figures a year. And the reason is because these business owners will pay you anywhere from $1,000 to $10,000 a month if your skills can save them more time or earn them more money with your work. Which means if you only get, let's say, 2 to 3 sustaining clients at the average, let's say $5,000 per client per month, you would earn between $120,000 and $180,000 a year, all from the comfort of wherever you want to work. And the reason why this works so well is because it's a total win-win. The business owner wins because they pay you a discounted rate compared to, maybe what they would have paid an employee or an agency or even themselves. And you win because you get access to more gigs, maybe even referrals, where you can earn even more money working from anywhere. So this one is a no-brainer if you either already have the skills or want to develop certain skills and you want to work from anywhere and make really good money doing so. And I've worked with over a dozen freelancers and I've been one myself, so I totally understand this space and the possibilities of making money are endless. And the best part about it is that it's 100% scalable. Like, I personally have editors that have created their own team of freelancers that work under them for a fraction of the cost and are able to take on tons of more work without actually doing more work themselves. Sure, it requires systems, automations, a good leader, good pay, and a lot of skills, but the only real problem is you still need to learn those skills and hire the people to help you do all this. So this one is sort of easy, but it takes a lot of time and effort. And so that's why it feels like a shitload of work that many are not willing to do, but that is why you get paid an exceptional amount of money to do this gig. The cool thing though is even if you don't have these skills just yet, don't worry. The same platform that you're watching my video on will make it super easy to build them in a short period of time. And if you can leverage your skills to help business owners make more money, then you could also try this next side hustle, which is becoming a VA. See, one of the biggest headaches for business owners is the countless hours spent on boring, repetitive tasks that take away from actually growing their business. You know exactly which tasks I'm talking about. The tasks that make you wish you were literally doing anything else. And again, it's gonna be different from business owner to business owner, and your skills are probably different than, your neighbor that's watching this video. So figure out what your skills are or the skills you'd want to learn, and then offer those as services to 100 different businesses. And guess what? I bet you'd find 5, 10, maybe 20 business owners that all hate doing the thing that you're good at and that you would be willing to do in exchange for money. And look, there are thousands of business owners out there, myself included, who would gladly pay someone to take care of these jobs. That's where you come in as a virtual assistant. And as a virtual assistant, you'll help business owners handle the busy work like posting content, responding to emails, doing outreach, and whatever else they need assistance with. Personally, my favorite right now is building out automations or helping business owners with AI needs. And that will save them both money and time, which is exactly why they would want your services, and they're willing to pay you hand over fist, depending on how much time and money you're going to save them. But I want to be clear, there's a reason business owners don't want to do these tasks themselves. They're time consuming and not exactly the fun parts of running a business. That's why they're willing to pay someone like you to take on these responsibilities. And look, I've been in your shoes. I've worn 1,000 hats. And although this can seem daunting or maybe like, why would I want to do this side hustle? The reason is because you get to see the inner workings of a real business. And sometimes you get opportunities that no one else might get. For example, Mr. Beast has hired someone to be his right-hand man that if Mr. Beast ever passes away, I guarantee you this man knows exactly what it takes to be the next Mr. Beast, or at least even hire someone that could do that job. But he knows the inner workings, and so although he wasn't making, the most amount of money possible at first, as time went on, he became the right-hand man to Mr. Beast and now makes probably very, very close to what Mr. Beast makes. So it might seem like the workload is a lot and you're not maybe getting compensated for it. Just know that if you're working for a good company, a good leader, this could pay off dividends. And you're probably wondering at this point, so how much money can I make as a VA? And I'm gonna break it down for you. So if you're in the US, you can earn anywhere from $15 to $100 an hour, which is pretty dang good for performing simple tasks from behind your laptop, especially without having or really needing any prior experience. However, the drawback is if you are in the US, you'll always be competing with VAs from other countries who can afford to work for a lot less. And now with the surge in AI, you might be competing with AI agents. So if you want to be a really good VA, you probably want to do both. You want to outsource to other agents or you want to outsource to AI. But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't do this side hustle. Because if done right, I think this side hustle can make you the most amount of money and will give you the strongest foundation on how to build a business. So even if you ended up quitting this job, you could build your own business because you know what it takes. And in fact, you can even take this side hustle even further than just being a VA yourself and instead starting an agency where you connect virtual assistants to other business owners that are in the US, and you can earn profit without ever having to do any of the actual VA work, as long as you know what it takes to be a VA and you're able to manage teams. And by doing that, you can scale to the moon. And I promised on the trading side hustle, I would show you exactly what it takes to make money in the stock market. And so if you want to do that side hustle, I'm gonna urge you to watch this next video that's gonna show up on the screen. It is packed with insane amount of value, so I hope you enjoy it. And as always, don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. Peace.